Coming up on today's show, we have some recipes. One's fried, one baked. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out which one's which. That's all coming up next on Cooking Crave. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne Dede.
And we have a couple recipes submitted by our own cameraman.
Yes.
We thought these would taste very good, and
yes.
I don't disagree. We have a chicken bacon ranch stromboli and a blueberry cream cheese egg roll.
Oh, sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It's the egg roll that's fried if you're thinking about this. But to cook along with us, just write down these ingredients. For the chicken bacon ranch stromboli, you're going to need a pound of pizza dough, a half cup of ranch dressing, a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, a half cup bacon, a cup of chicken, a fourth cup each of red onion and fresh parsley, and an egg.
Pretty simple.
There's a little bit more ingredients for the blueberry cream cheese egg roll. You're going to need 2 cups of fresh blueberries, a third cup of sugar, a tablespoon of lemon juice, 7 tablespoons of water, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 8 ounces of cream cheese, a third cup sugar, a teaspoon each of lemon juice and vanilla extract, 12 egg roll wrappers,
right.
2 cups of vegetable oil, and a fourth cup of powdered sugar.
Just for dusting, yep.
All right.
Does that sound good?
It does. Where are we going to get started?
Well, I did put the oven on at 375 for our stromboli.
Okay.
And I took the easy way out. I mean, I have a pizza crust right here, pizza dough.
Sure.
You can certainly make your own pizza dough and however you want. But
I don't think this is the easy way out because we got a lot of ingredients. We're going to be cooking here.
We got some things to do. Yes.
If you have the ambition to make your own pizza dough, that's awesome.
Right. Absolutely.
But you don't have to.
I'm going to just dust my board here a little bit with flour. Okay. And just going to get this unrolled here. All right. Okay. So I have that here. I do want to just roll that out a little bit.
Okay.
To make it not quite as thick. Depends upon what you like.
Sure.
Okay, so I have my rolling pin here. There we go. There. That made that really easy to roll out.
Perfect.
So now we're going to put on half a cup of ranch dressing.
Okay.
And I've got my half a cup.
And Mom always makes her own ranch dressing. We don't use bottled ranch around here.
Yes, right.
And there's a difference.
Yeah, there is. And the thing is, we did one thing simple using, the pizza crust in a tube, but made our own dressing. But I always have this on hand anyway, just because we're using that a lot or whatever. So we're going to just spread that in here. And you want to make sure you don't get right to the edges because you're needing to pinch that together.
Okay.
So you don't want like that dressing right to the edge, otherwise it's not going to stick.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And you already had cooked up your chicken and your bacon as the recipe instructed too.
Yes. And I'm actually using rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
So that's nice. So we need a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. And you want to just sprinkle that over here. I know I had just a little bit more than a cup in here, but I just want to make sure that I get a nice generous amount in there, because your cheese always makes that difference there. You think we got a cup?
I think you got it covered pretty much.
Yeah, there we go.
A little bit more down here, you missed one.
Oh,
Don't let that corner feel left out.
that's right. Well, good thing I have you here. Okay, then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of red onion chopped here.
Okay.
Okay.
And you, like you said, you don't want to get it near the edges so that you can get it pinched.
Yes. So now a cup of cooked crisp bacon.
Okay. This is actually going to be quite full.
It is.
I mean, we haven't even put the chicken on yet.
And the thing is, you know, thinking you don't have to get right to the edges, because, you know, when you're rolling it up, it's going to all be incorporated anyway,
Sure.
so you don't have to worry about that. So I did have some rotisserie chicken here that I just chopped up here.
Okay.
So and when you're thinking, you know, you got bacon, chicken, cheese. I mean, this is everything that's good.
Yes.
And I know I had a little bit more than a cup here. And it's going to get pretty full, so I don't think I'll be using all of that. I got a good cup on here already. So.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to just take that and we're going to just get that really rolled very carefully, because there's a lot of filling here. There's a lot of filling there, absolutely. And so I'm going to get about this much, and then what I'm going to do is just bring that up and pinch it. You know, so we don't get that, lose some of our filling.
Sure.
So this is really a pretty hearty meal.
It is.
You know, because you have the chicken, the bacon, cheese, everything in there. So, and not that hard to assemble.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on some parchment paper. Okay. And we want to put the seam down. Like that. And just make sure that that's pinched really good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an egg and just beat that up a little bit there.
Okay.
And we're going to put like an egg wash on it.
Sure, so it browns really nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There. Look what I found in my drawer.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that I had this.
This is a little baby one.
Yes, so it makes it really nice for beating up here, mixing that egg. And now I did forget to take out my brush to brush the, and of course, do you think that's going to be on top? Well, come on. Darn it.
Is it in there?
Of course, it is in there somewhere. Oh. But I got a different one
You have a blue
that I
one.
like.
Yeah.
All right, let me reset here.
Okay. Should we be digging in here?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
You can just cut that out.
Okay. Now we found a brush to brush our pizza dough there. We're just going to give it a nice egg wash. Then I believe it says about 20-25 minutes. just check it, making sure that it's just browned really nice.
Okay.
You know, we're not having to worry about things cooking because the bacon's cooked already, the chicken is, and
Just want to make sure that's all hot.
right hot, and that the cheese will get melted in there. So,
Okay.
okay. Well, we put a good generous amount on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some little slits in there to let the steam out when it's cooking here.
Okay.
So just put little slits. You know, basically, you know, that's probably what you might be looking at when you're serving sizes. So just make yourself some little slits in there.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. So we're going to put that in the oven.
All right.
And we did tell our viewer it's at 375. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to set it for 20 minutes to start with, just so that it isn't, we'll check it, and if we need it another few minutes, we can add.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to get here started with our blueberry cream cheese egg roll.
All right.
Now it says to start with 2 cups of fresh blueberries, and I have that here. And when I was doing this, and I was thinking, really, you know, well, fresh blueberries are nice, but if you didn't have that and you had some frozen, because you're going to be cooking this up into a sauce anyway.
Sure.
Why would you not be able to use frozen?
Sure.
And I do think you could. So got 2 cups of blueberries, 1/3 cup of sugar.
Okay.
And I need to get my stove top on here, get that going. And then it's, you know, it says 7 tablespoons of water.
Okay.
But which is divided. We only want 3 tablespoons of water in here.
Okay.
Because the others we're going to use for the rest of the recipe here.
Okay.
And then just a tablespoon of lemon juice.
Okay.
So we just want to cook this until the blueberries kind of pop
Okay.
in there. So it takes maybe about 4 or 5 minutes for that. So I want to get myself a appropriate spoon here and my Teflon and mix that up. But you know, this time of year I did find some really nice blueberries, so
Okay.
we're starting with fresh. But you know, when I was going through that, I just kind of really think that we could use frozen
Sure.
blueberries at times too. So okay. So we're going to just put that, turn it down a little bit, and then we're going to come over here. And what we want to do is the other 4 tablespoons of water, which I have here in I think it's 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. We want to mix that up.
Okay.
And that, so cornstarch, yes, you can't put it into something hot without dissolving it. Otherwise, it's going to clump up.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that ready. So I think I'll be leaving this in front of my drawer. I'll probably use that pretty often there. Okay, we can set that aside.
Okay.
And what we need to do is we're going to, we need to beat our cream cheese. So I have my package here.
And then they said room temperature for the cream cheese.
Right, it's just going to, beat better and that. So I did take that out a couple hours ago. So we're gonna, there you go. So we want to get that beat till it's, you know, light and fluffy for a minute or so.
Okay.
And then we'll be adding lemon juice and a little bit of sugar to that, and our vanilla.
Okay.
So let's beat that and make sure that is going to make a little bit of noise here. So as we see, we'll just get that beat, and then we'll be back here in a moment.
Sounds great.
Country Rose Cafe on East Villard is open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Enjoy daily homemade specials, caramel and cinnamon rolls, several different kinds of homemade pies made fresh every day. Country Rose Cafe is also famous for homemade soup, including their ever-popular Nefla served every Tuesday. While you're in, make sure to pick up your Channel 18 Cooking Crave recipes and like us on Facebook for different specials and announcements. Country Rose Cafe, the way a cafe should be, located at 837 East Villard in Dickinson.
Okay, well, we got the cream cheese really whipped here. It's nice and fluffy. And I did add my 1/3 cup of sugar here while it was beating.
Okay.
So now we're going to add a teaspoon of lemon juice.
Okay.
Okay, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we'll just finish beating that up. And I did check the blueberries. So they're already cooked at about four minutes here.
Okay.
And it looks like they're ready to go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just turn that down. So we're going to add our cornstarch in here to thicken that.
Okay, so you don't want it to be like mashed blueberries or anything. You still want the blueberries to be there.
Right. I mean, it's just nice to see the blueberries. You could certainly, you know, cook it a little bit longer, but that's part of the presentation is, you know, having that
Okay.
look there too. So we're going to just get this in here. And it doesn't take much for that to, you know, get thick real quick here. In fact, I don't think I'm going to need quite all of that. And I'm going to turn that off because that's just thickening up really nice right away here.
Okay.
Just get that. Then we're going to take it off the burner and we're going to set it aside just for, we want it to cool down a little bit.
Okay.
Here. So as our viewers can see, it is, you know, thick here and when I was measuring out my 7 tablespoons of water, actually, excuse me, 8 tablespoons is a half a cup.
Oh.
So it's just a little bit of shy of a half a cup there. So let's put that aside there and we can stir that. Yes. Oh, those blueberries are going to be awesome in that. So we're just going to go ahead and get this mixed up here a little bit more.
Okay.
Blend it. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, so
we have egg roll wrappers.
yes. Okay, so we can put
Might
that
need a scissors.
aside. Yes, I got it right here. So. I'm gonna put some oil in my skillet over there and just turn it on, but I'm not gonna put it on high right away because I just don't want that to, you know, scorch there. So I'm using just regular vegetable oil, about 2 cups in there, so that when I put those egg rolls in there, it'll be able to brown that pretty nice. So. And I just turn that down and have that going. So, I didn't count how many we have here.
I think the package says that there is, oh, it doesn't say.
No, I didn't think
It just says a pound.
Yeah, okay, I will just get another. Oh.
And the recipe, does the recipe say how many it's going to make? Was there 12?
It says 12, you
Okay.
know, and it's not necessarily going to be an exact science. It's just going to be what you know, how much filling in that you put in there. So
Sure.
what I'm going to do is just put a few out here just to be able to do, and then we can certainly assemble the others then afterwards. Okay, I'm going to just...
And does a recipe ask for this to cool completely or just cool?
Just to cool down a little bit. And you know, it is pretty hot yet. And well, we probably have 7-8 minutes on the Stromboli. So I don't think it's going to make much difference. We'll just get this stirred a little bit because we're gonna, it's just so that you can handle it when you're here. So I'll let you get a couple of spoons. And I would do a couple of tablespoons there. The bigger tablespoons. Yeah. Okay. So, you know. Put that on there.
Oh, probably shouldn't have got this dirty because I'm going to have to dip that in.
Well, you just spread that with that spoon. Yes.
Oh, so we want to spread it out. Okay.
You
But
know,
not get to the edge.
No, not at all. Just more. Just right down the middle more. Okay. Okay.
I need a lot of instructions, Mom.
Now, in fact, I'm going to take a little bit off of this because it does quite a bit there. So when I'm rolling them up, we'll have there. Then we're going to put the cream cheese down the middle.
Spread this out a little bit too much.
Okay. I think this is really a fun thing to put together, something different that, you know, you don't always do. So we'll, okay, you know, just spread that out there. Just a tablespoon of that.
Blueberry is just one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's always good. And, oh, you can just put that in here.
Okay.
So let's kind of roll the ends.
Now, there's a couple here. Are we supposed to layer them up or?
Okay, did I actually?
They're pretty thin, so.
I think we probably, this is going to be really thin and that's going to, let's just leave that just like that. Yes.
Okay.
So let's roll the edges and then we'll fold that over. And what I'm going to do is get a little bit of water. And I'm going to rinse my brush off here from the egg wash. So we're going to just put a little bit of water on there so that they close together, that we can pinch that. Okay. And let's just put that water there. Okay. So just assembling that like that. All right. Okay, let's just not so that they close there well, so that they don't open up. Okay. So we can come back and you know, finish those up, but we'll just get these started because, you know, just to deep fry.
Sure.
There, we'll bring that over here. And let's take a peek at our Stromboli, see where that's at. Okay, that's starting to look pretty nice and brown. That's at 20 minutes. We still have a couple of minutes to go. We want to get this, a little bit hotter. So actually, like when I just dip it in, we want that to sizzle.
Okay.
So we just need it a little bit hotter than that. So let's just give it a couple of minutes, probably the time the Stromboli, we can take that out and our oil should be about ready to go.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's test our oil here. Oh, that sounds like that's going to sizzle. So we'll just go ahead and put a couple of them in there. And I'm going to put the seam down on that so that, that'll seal that even quicker. Our Stromboli was done. I had put it in for 20 minutes, checked it, went 2 more minutes on that.
Okay.
And we're taking it out to let it cool. It's just, we want that to cool for about 5-10 minutes before we cut it. So that's about what this should take here
Okay.
for these. And it'll take about, let's just double check that.
Minute to 2 minutes aside.
Yes. And you don't want your oil real hot so it burns, but I think the temperature, if you use a thermometer, is, I think it was like 385 or something like that for that frying oil. But to me, I just check it and you put it in, and if it's sizzling,
It's ready to go.
You're ready to go. And that's so. Okay. We'll just turn that over there. Okay, just nice golden brown.
No, that don't take too long.
It does not. And we have the others that we're going to finish assembling and put together, but we'll just do that afterwards, and we'll be able to show these here.
Sure.
And the thing is, with this here, when you're just want them nice and brown. You don't need nothing to cook inside. You just want your egg roll wrapper to be nice and crisp. And that. So that's coming to that point there. I'm going to turn off the burner.
Okay.
And just let it go a little bit longer. And of course, it's always going to be better, to eat them when they're just hot like this. Looking through the recipe, it did say you could even freeze them.
Oh, sure.
And freeze them prior to
frying them.
right, because it's going to get a little soggy if you don't.
Sure.
And the best part of this is that it's going to be crisp.
Right.
So, I think so. We'll just be able to take them out there. So it's not that it's going to take a long time for assembling either of these recipes. And I'm going to take this oil off the burner for just a little bit here till we're going to be ready to put the others together.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to just, this pan isn't too hot anymore. And so what I'm going to do is just cut that open now.
Okay.
And then we can even see that that cheese has melted in there, and it's actually peeking through the slits here.
This would be something really easy to do, and you're having company over for, you can definitely have it as a meal, but it would be great for hors d'oeuvres as well.
Absolutely.
Well, it's hot.
It is. And what I should have done is, my cutting board that I had, it would have been easier just to put that on the cutting board, cutting it versus the pan here. And so you can just see how nice that is, and that pizza dough. When you take that out, and like I said, I rolled it a little bit thinner.
Sure.
If you were making a pizza, it's going to be how thick you want the pizza,
Sure.
But with this, I didn't want that a little bit thinner, so we'll just, yeah, nice and hot there. So we'll get one of our plates here, and you can get a couple of pieces, and why don't I give you just a little spatula there.
All right.
You know, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just cut those open just a little bit, just to, you know, so that they can see the center of that.
Sure.
Theirs. So I'll get a clean knife.
And these you can certainly dust with some powdered sugar.
Yeah, which we have right here. So just cutting them open so the viewers can see that cream cheese and blueberry there.
Looks great.
And that, okay. So I'm going to just dust that a little bit.
You can have a great meal with this chicken bacon ranch stromboli, or, you know, with a nice dessert afterwards, or this could be, you know, cut them up into small pieces and have them as appetizers for different things as well.
Absolutely.
I think you could use these recipes any way you choose.
Good, you got that right.
All right. To get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, consolidatednd.com. Please submit your recipes for us to cook for the viewing audience. Thanks for joining us on Cook and Crave, and join us again next week when we do it all over again.